Hello and welcome to Case Management Practice 2. My name is S.Daly and I will be your educator on this course. Throughout the course we will be investigating some issues around the case management of child protection issues in Australia. We'll be looking at vulnerable children at risk, we'll be looking at families, and we'll be looking at the services and legal frameworks that surround this topic. And throughout the course I will be helping you with a series of weekly online Zoom lessons. You can come online and chat with me, and we'll be looking at specific topics relevant to the week's learning content, as well as having discussion forums and a number of assessments on the way. This video is aimed at trying to give you an understanding of how to navigate around your class space, and we'll have a look at that in a minute, as well as looking at the assessments and the learning topics and how you can access the learning content and communicate with myself and your colleagues, fellow peer learners on this course. So let's have a quick look at the learning page. So here's our learning page. We start with this video here, which you're accessing, and that's on the left, and there are a number of communications options here. Announcements come from me. Discussion forum is open for you to participate in, and by all means feel free to go and discuss anything, and if somebody posts some questions you might have an answer to, feel free to respond there. If you have any questions about any of the assessments, go to the assessment forum. The assessment forum, let's open this and have a look at it. The assessment forum is already pre-programmed to have discussion threads for each of our assessments, and you can pose any questions about assessments. And again, it's not exclusively for me to provide answers to. This is a shared learning experience, and if somebody knows an answer to a question, by all means have a look at it. So let's have a look at our assessments for this course. Your requirement to pass assessments will include, in week 6, a mandatory reporting report, which is a link to an online resource where you practice making a mandatory report about an issue regarding child protection that you need to focus on. Part 2, during week 9, and assessment 2, part A and B, will be completing an intake assessment form and a case management plan for our case study clients. And our case study clients on this course are Lily Chen and her 2 children, Tyson and Jenny, who are 8 and 10 years old. So you will be using them through the rest of the course as our case study clients, and you'll be working through some learning issues around their situation and demonstrating knowledge about how to progress in case managing their situation. Assessment 3 is a practical assessment where you will be attending a workshop and participating in a case conference where we'll be looking at Lily Chen's case some weeks down the track after being intaken into the service, and looking at the progression of the case plan and considering what needs to occur before the case is closed. That's pretty much how the assessments work. So let's go back to our learning page, to our course page. On the course you can access Zoom online classrooms here. The Zoom online classroom, you can find a link to join us every week online. We'll send you out a doodle poll and you can make a choice as to when is the best time for you to come online. This might not be the most ideal for you, but we're going to have to do as best we can because we're going to have a group learning. So you can press this button here and you can join our online classroom. And recordings, if you miss a class, you can access recordings below down here. So that's nice and handy all in one place. So that's the Zoom online classroom there. The assessment information and the subject guide can be found here, subject information. And there's templates for assessments, and they can be found here. So you don't need to make up your own forms. You can just take the forms from here. And this looks like this. Here we go. We've got the assessment documentations for each of our assignments. Okay, so if we go back and if we look at our learning content here, each week you'll have a book, and the book looks like this. You open the book up, and the book will be a series of pages. Here are the pages, and you can access the learning content. Each week there will be an introductory video from me, and I'll be able to help orient you into what you'll be learning for the week, and reminding you of a number of responsibilities you'll have as students to participate in online discussion forums, the Zoom class, and perhaps do an assessment. We'll be talking about how relevant this is for your assessment. All the learning content is geared towards helping you in your assessment, so hopefully you'll find this of very great interest. You can navigate around the pages using these little key buttons here, and throughout the course you will find there are links out of the book to online resources where you can access learning content that will be essential to helping you to navigate your way around this course and to understand what your requirements through the course. There will be some other documentary resources linked on here, as well as links in the book. You will find there are links to activities, for example, discussion forums, and here's a link to a discussion forum here, reflection journal where you can record your learning outcomes, as well as having a glossary online where you can learn new language and make a record of the glossary that you learn online. So that's pretty much how the learning content will go each week. There are, I think most of you will be aware of how to access assessment resources. So in week 6 there's an assessment. You submit your assessments in this portal here. So everything's linked in one nice easy space for you. Now in terms of contacting me, by all means you can message me and I'll be available to help you with messaging, and you can come online and talk about any problems on Zoom, and I certainly would encourage that you do that, because each week we'll have a practical discussion, or we'll be looking at a practical issue that is relevant to the week's learning content, and will help build your knowledge in a very practical way. My background is in a wide variety of community sector environment jobs, and I've worked with young people and children at risk and worked with child protection services to ensure that children at risk are linked into the correct resources, as well as family services and a range of other community resource positions. So I'll bring a practical understanding of how the sector operates into the course, and by coming online and joining us in Zoom, you'll be able to access that experience, and that will help reinforce your knowledge on the topic. Your input, your experience is also going to be essential to help other people learn. So you're not just going to be sitting here as a receptive, passive learner. You're required to deliver to your colleagues, because your experience will be vital to building up a general knowledge of how the community sector works. And your experience is vital to us understanding what's going on. So I look forward to seeing you on the course. If you have any questions, drop me an email. Or you can send me a message through the messaging service. You can contact me through the discussion forums. And if you've got any questions about the assessments, by all means, try and catch me there. Looking forward to chatting with you on the course. Take care and good luck throughout this course. Okay.